Hello, everybody. I am Chris Fitzgerald, and you are listening to Off Air, Off Center's radio show here on WCPR. Normally, I'm joined by my co-host Matt Colazzo, who's running a little late. So, so I'm not just talking to myself here. We got our guest, Mr. Alistair Scott.
Hi there. Glad to be on. Got to listening to some of this earlier today because that is now available. The episodes 2 to 4 are now available on YouTube on OffCenter's YouTube channel. So go and listen. If you are interested.
Yeah, we got our YouTube page. So what happened was, we had all the shows on SoundCloud. SoundCloud only lets you do 3 hours of recording, and YouTube doesn't. So it was like, hey, let's just put all of this on YouTube. Episodes 2 through 6 are up. This is episode 7, actually.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay.
I was uploading them this afternoon.
Okay, I was only there when you had 2 through 4 up.
Yeah, it was actually funny in our literature class today. I think you saw me uploading them during class.
Yeah, I did. and then once I got to listening to it during lunch, you were already like, and we lost episode 1 already. We have our lost episode.
Yep. Well, because episode 1, it was me and Matt, and it was just, there was no guest. And Matt was like, before we started, he was like, you sure you hit recording? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's something you got to check.
Yep. So starting with episode 2, I always double check.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So tell me about yourself. And the listeners, I suppose. So what's going on with you?
Okay, my name is Alistair Scott. I am a senior music and technology major.
Ooh. Are you 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 4?
4 out of 4.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, there's no co-op for music techs. Music techs would only be 5 out of 5 if I was doing a double major, which I'm not.
Gotcha.
I am doing an art minor though, so.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I do that. I am a performer for Off Center, usually in the improv shows, although occasionally, I think the next one, I am not going to be a performer. And almost without a doubt, for all the regular sketch shows, I am a performer.
Yeah, have you been in every show since you've gotten to Stevens? 4 years ago?
All the sketch shows, yeah.
Oh, cool.
The only ones I haven't been in were the Centurion shows.
Yeah, I wasn't in. How many? There was one early this semester.
There was one before that.
Okay.
I think the year before you came in.
Okay.
Yeah, because Magic Nick was still in Off Center, and I think I think you know him, but he was not actually a member of Off Center when you came in.
No, I think that was the tail end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. I think that there were a lot of people. And I guess you would probably know him better than I do, obviously. But I feel like there were a lot of people who were kind of involved in Off Center. But then last year, a lot of people started finding branching and doing other stuff.
Kinda
it just felt to me like that. I guess maybe every freshman feels like that because it's always yo, remember last year when this happened? And freshmen are always no.
I mean, for my freshman year, the incoming freshman that joined Off Center was Zach Kastner,
current president.
Yeah. Party Pat, who is no longer a student here. Mm-hmm. Financial problems, so he's no longer here.
Yeah.
But he left during our sophomore year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There was Andy Wiggins,
current vice president of Off Center.
Ethan Crump,
current improv stool of Off Center.
Ben Tucker,
who was Keeper of the Scrolls last year.
Yeah,
which is another thing.
And he's still
still very involved. I saw him today actually. It was really funny. So this morning I was walking to class, and there are food trucks on campus now, right?
Yeah.
So I was
always come when I'm in class, so I can't get any.
Yeah, I was walking. I was walking to class, and there was a pizza food truck there, and I was like, oh, cool. And then it was parked right where it's always parked in front of Davis Lawn,
yeah.
And then a barbecue truck pulled up. But the pizza truck was there, and the guy, like I think it was like the driver of the barbecue truck. He like got out and like banged on the pizza guy's door, and I ran into Ben Tucker. He was just like, well, I guess this town ain't big enough for the two of them or something like that. And then I went to class, and I think I had class in the Carnegie building, and after class I normally just get straight on the shuttle in front of Babbio, but I was like, I need to see what happened.
Literature class?
Yeah, the literature class I mentioned earlier. And I normally just get right on the shuttle, but I think today I like double checked. I was like, I need to know what happened. And the both trucks were like next to each other. I guess they worked something out. But the pizza truck was there, and the barbecue truck was right next to it, but it had like flashing lights. It was like, come to this one. Like blasting music or something.
Yeah, no, I've seen like multiple trucks there occasionally. Like I said, they just always happen to come when I am either at work study or in class, so I can't go to get any.
Yeah, I feel like, because I don't live on campus. You don't live off campus. I know you live in the same building.
Yeah. Yeah, we live in the same building.
Yeah, which is off campus, so we don't have meal plans. And I feel like the food trucks, I think they take like meal exchange. So if you have a meal plan, it's cool. But if not, it's like, why did I get a truck? I'll just go and get actual food.
I mean, what happens like during sound design this semester, because sound design tends to be like a very long and involved class. Harari will give us like breaks during it, and some people, instead of actually going off campus to pick up food to bring back there, they just go to the food truck there.
I guess it is very convenient if you're like right there.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, like it's a convenience thing more than anything else, especially because like sound design is mostly like seniors, senior music techs who do not live on campus.
Yeah, that makes sense. I remember a few weeks ago or whatever, I was like on campus and I didn't have anything to eat, and I did like the classic thing where one of my friends who like I like forgot my lunch, and I was just like, hey, you want to swipe me into Pierce? Can I get a guest swipe? I was like bumming guest swipes off of people, and it's great. You could just, it's a buffet. Like I went there like every day last year, but now they don't have it anymore. It's like,
right.
It's amazing.
I mean, I've still never done the bumming into Pierce thing.
I don't do it often. I
know.
In case of emergencies only.
I don't know. Like I was also like off campus last year. I've still never done that, and it is definitely it's definitely like a weird phenomenon, because like I've seen where like people who live on campus, they're like, oh god, I hate Pierce, and then they get off campus and they always go on to like trying to bum it off of freshmen.
It's really funny.
And
like,
it's like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, it's so funny. Last year, towards the end of my freshman year, I was just like, I'm so sick of Pierce. Like, God, I only come here because I have to. But now this year, every time I go, I'm like, I can have as much pizza as I want. I can eat all the food here. No one's gonna stop me. It's great. It's just unlimited food.
I guess like part of why I'm still not missing Pierce is mostly because I like making my own stuff.
Yeah, I feel like me and my 3 roommates, we're all like not great. Like we can get by, but it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I can make pasta and
well, pasta's an important thing to make.
Yeah, it's so easy. Like yeah. I feel so cool when I make it, because I'm like, yeah, I'm like a real chef. But that's not true. Pasta's super easy to make. I mean, I'm sure, listen, there are definitely ways to make pasta like very well.
Oh yeah.
However, boiling water, thrown in the spaghetti, and putting sauce on it is not one of them.
Oh yeah, that's not one.
It's the way I do it. Sometimes we cook like chicken. Chicken's fun because you can do a lot with it.
Oh yeah.
And by a lot with it, I mean I put it in the pan and then eat it. Again, I'm not a chef.
I mean, usually I cook it, but if I cook it, when I cook, well, of course I have to cook it. I'm not going to eat raw chicken. But I like cook the chicken. Part of it I will season and actually eat there once it's cooked. The other I will just like cut up and use as like raw materials for like later in the week, because I'll regularly do like for some reason last year I started getting on this kick of making fried ramen.
Ooh.
And I'd actually like cut chicken to actually put into it.
That's pretty cool. I was in New York City on Sunday, and I went to this like ramen place with my friend. It was like a real authentic ramen place. It was like the menu was in 2 languages. That's how you know it's authentic. It was English, and he told my friend who I went with. He told me like 3 different times that this was an authentic, some culture ramen place. And each time I was like, I just want the most important word in this sentence is ramen because I'm hungry.
Right.
But the food was really good, like authentic ramen. I recommend it.
I got to actually try to look for one of those stands at some point.
Yeah, I would like never go just on my own, but my friend was like, "Hey, let's meet up and get ramen." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like food."
It is food.
Can confirm.
Yes.
So since we've been rambling about food for a little while, I think it's great timing that our friend Matt Colazzo walked in, so he can weigh on in this great debate of how good of a chef.
What were you guys talking about?
Nothing. Literally nothing. We were talking about food
put
trucks.
this mic on?
Yeah. No, you're on air.
Yeah, put me on mic too.
Well, la di da. Hey, he comes in making demands. All right. No, I
It's
see
almost
how
like
it is.
he's the co-host of this.
Yeah, right. So Matt, do you want to explain to the listeners why you're late?
I missed the shuttle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You missed the shuttle?
Yeah.
You sure it's not because you were doing drugs?
No, I wasn't doing drugs, Chris.
You sure it's because you weren't selling drugs? Arguably worse.
I don't think it'd be like correct to respond to either of those things.
You sure you weren't out prescribing drugs, Matt? Are you a secret pharmacist?
Matt, answer truthfully because we are actually going to be recording this. The FBI is going to be watching very closely. So
I've got FBI Director Smith on the phone.
yeah, this is like a sting operation. We've been planning this for weeks.
Surprisingly, no.
Have we advertised the show today?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and okay.
You're our go-to advertiser.
Yeah. So ramen. Yeah, I actually recently found out that like the real ramen dish is actually like a complex and like good tasting thing, and not just like top ramen, beef flavored instant noodles.
Right.
I had the top ramen beef flavored instant noodles for like the first time recently, and I was like, this is garbage.
Yeah, I've never eaten them because it looks like garbage.
I've had it once. I was like, this tastes terrible. And they're like, well, you don't buy it for the taste. You buy it because it's like 2 cents per pound.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's the actual reason why you buy that.
yeah. And then I had real ramen over the weekend. I was like, ooh, I could get behind this.
Yeah, actually, the Bubble Vivi's does ramen, and so does Phenomenal Grill.
Oh,
Pretty
cool.
sure, like a bunch of places on Washington Street will actually serve you like a good bowl of ramen. But like I guess Alistair was saying, you could also make it yourself pretty easily too.
I mean, I also probably am not doing a good job because I do use like the top ramen stuff as the base for it. So like I add stuff to it, but the base of it is the stuff that you pay 2 cents for.
It's that's ingenuity if I've ever heard it. I actually have something interesting to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So last night, the sketch comedy group Whitest Kids You Know came and they performed here at Stevens.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It was a really good show.
I didn't make it, so tell us about it.
Yeah, please tell us.
Oh, neither you guys are there. No, it was really cool because
No, I was complaining about footsteps in Disney films.
What they did was it was 3 of the 5 guys from Whitest Kids You Know, for any hardcore fans, Trevor, Sam, and Darren, and they did a bunch of sketches from the show that everyone's probably seen on YouTube. But it was really cool seeing them live because they did some twists on them, I guess you would say. They did some like things.
They make a fart joke instead of a genitals joke.
No, it was all genital jokes. Do you really think that they're the fart joke? I'm sure they've made fart jokes. No, and they did some fun stuff. It was like a great show, but the reason I was like so excited was because, so obviously the 3 of us were all involved with Off Center, which is sketch and improv comedy.
Yeah.
The reason I think I like sketch comedy so much is just because of them. I used to watch them all the time in middle school and in high school.
Oh yeah. I remember watching them on YouTube too. There was some funny stuff.
Yeah.
I just never I guess I suppose I didn't follow it as well as you did.
I don't even know if I followed it that closely, but it was probably the first time I like legitimately, because I was thinking about it and I was like it wasn't my first exposure to sketch comedy because I watched like All That and Amanda Show and stuff, but it was like the first time I
The
like
pinnacle of sketch comedy, All That and the Amanda Show.
yeah. Well, because I was like, all right, it wasn't my first sketch comedy, but I think it was the first time I really enjoyed it, and it's funny because me and my friends, like, we still quote stuff from each other.
Oh.
And I was talking to my friend about it. I was like, we've been quoting that thing. Like, we'll quote one of the sketches. I was like, we've been doing that since 7th grade. That's insane. But I got to meet them because after the show, they like hung around and they were like taking pictures and they were like, we'll sign stuff if you got it.
Dude, that's awesome.
But they were like the most down to earth people. Like, they were so cool. Like, I went up and like they shook my hand. They were like, oh, hey, what's your name? I was like, oh, I'm Chris. You guys are like a really big like influence and like an inspiration. I really do a lot of sketch comedy and I love it because of you guys. And they were like, whoa, that's awesome. Where, like UCB? And I was like, yes, actually, Off Center, we're performing at UCB in like 2 weeks. And they were like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then they took my picture. And then...
Yeah, that really is amazing. Like, we haven't advertised it at all, Dave. Dave Estrada. I don't know why I just said his name. I think he might be the secretary.
It's almost like you're
Off
trying
Center's
to
performing at UCB Theater.
The Upright Citizens Brigade Theater.
that is like a place where actual comedians have performed.
I'm gonna make up a statistic right now. 80% of all Saturday Night Live performers started at UCB,
including Brett. What was
Brian Duggan.
Brian Duggan.
I only remember that because I was uploading every episode this afternoon, so I had to listen through and get all the names of the characters.
You listed all the names of the characters.
Well, in like the description of each episode, I like to. Oh, we got a caller. Cool.
I really hope it's Dave.
Right here. Yeah, press that button. Hello? Is there a call?
Matt.
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah, it's Dave.
Matt, please.
Oh, you gotta listen.
Oh yeah,
Matt's not listening.
Sorry, Dave. I didn't have my headphones on, Dave. What's up?
Matt, please. First of all, we sent out an email saying they were going to UCB.
Where's our posters, Dave?
Where's the stuff outside of just Off Center people?
Also, the Facebook event was like just sent to us.
Just sent to us. It's Dave's defense.
Also, I came on the show last week to talk about it. So wait, Chris, get the censoring button ready.
Oh, okay.
Matt, fuck you.
Whoa. Dave is trying
to hold that one in.
Doesn't mess around.
Shots fired in all directions.
Wow, he could not hold that one in. He just he actually came down to the studio and broke some glass.
Yeah, I'm like Ice Cube of Off Center.
Ice Cube. I like to think you're just like Ice Cube in general.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a better actor than Ice Cube.
Yo, Dave, are we there yet?
I saw
That's not meant to be like an insult, but like film wise, he does not have the best track record. I heard his son's supposed to be really good in Straight Outta Compton, though. I still haven't seen that.
Dave, since you've seen that movie 27 times.
I have seen it 27 times, actually. It's a really good movie.
Yeah?
Yeah. I actually saw Ice Cube go into a Giants game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My dad yelled at him, but Ice Cube.
What did he say? He said, "You Giants are gonna lose," and you said, "No, Dad, that's not one of the players. That's hip hop musician and TV and film actor Ice Cube." And your dad said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know the difference." I hope he's not listening. He's called in the last like 3 weeks.
Way to make his dad out to be a racist.
Yeah.
What? No, Ice Cube's built like a football player. The dude's big.
Okay, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
He's not wearing a uniform.
Oh wait, maybe it was Ice-T.
It could have been Ice-T. Ice-T was just like, "Hey, I think she got murdered because this is now an episode of Law and Order Special Victims Unit." Because Ice-T's
I think it was Ice-T actually.
Oh really?
I like how Ice-T is always like he's like a member of like the Special Victims Unit, but like he never like can grasp like what's going on in the episode. He's
They're like there were extreme lacerations on her lower cortextral abdomen, and Ice-T's just like, "Yo, I don't know."
He's like Tracy Morgan.
Can Tracy? Oh my gosh! Can you imagine Tracy Morgan just be like, "I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting somebody pregnant."
And they'll be in like a courtroom and be like, "Tracy,
Tracy,
I-
you can't.
Yeah.
You can't be doing this.
You're a professional, like, police officer.
Yo, professional.
So, Dave, guess what I was playing before this, just to segue into nothing?
Yay, nothing.
I was playing some Fallout 4.
Oh, how did you like it? How do you like it? I love it.
I just like it. Like, I've friend-zoned it.
Do you like it?
No.
Matt, given the past like 15 minutes of like things that have been coming out of your mouth, I'm questioning my respect for you.
I thought we were gonna have to hit the button again.
Well,
I'm gonna save my next fuck you for later. Oh wait.
thanks, Dave. Thanks for calling in today, Dave. I'm gonna drop the line. Just a preemptive, but thanks, Dave. Love you. That was Dave Estrada, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
He does not mess around.
Apparently not.
Mm-hmm.
I had fun.
I thought I was bad outside of this.
Dave's bad inside of this.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave actually only exists on our phone line.
Yeah, all those times he's come into the studio, it's been just a better quality phone call, and to like ruse the listeners.
Right.
Right.
Oh man, so you really were just talking about nothing until I got here?
No, we were talking about ramen. We were talking about food trucks.
Yeah. How long did the show last night?
It went well because at like a little. The show was supposed to start at 9, right? But then at like 9:05, 9:10, they had like the opening. There were 2 opening comedians.
Oh yeah.
So like they both opened. I didn't like look at the time until it was over, and the thing ended at like 10:45. So from when it started to, I think from like when the opening comedians, like when that show started, I would say it's probably like roughly an hour. So it was a lot.
Bad.
It was a lot of fun though.
Yeah, we've got a little less time at UCB. We've got 12 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy because I feel like some of our sketches are 12. Well, no, none of our sketches are that long.
We've never. I think like
Never. Well, not in our time.
I'm still convinced that like I may have one of the very few sketches I've written that has gotten into a show. I feel like that may have been the longest sketch we've ever done because it was 10 minutes to lead up to a very bad punchline. And this is why I generally attempt giving up on writing.
Are you proud of that?
I'm not. But
All right, well, that's fine.
I'm still more proud of like those 2 sketches that I've written since you guys started that have been rejected.
What, Crazy Psycho Murder Doctor?
Yeah, that one and the Penguin Slasher film thing.
I didn't get that. That somehow managed to be more of a fever dream than time dilation.
Which the writer described as a fever dream.
Yeah.
It's like that's a question I got. Fever dream. I'm awake, and I'm at a cool 96.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Explain that, scientist.
Chris just pushed the mic away from his mouth as like a kind of like a. I guess he tried to drop the mic. What are you trying to say, Chris?
No, I'm just saying.
Do
Like,
you not know what that term means?
not fever dream. Like don't have a fever. I'm not dreaming. So
You could be hallucinating.
you could be hallucinating. Checkmate.
Where does that come into this?
Am I?
Who are you dissing?
Wait. Can this just be my character for this week? wait. No, I'm just saying. Like rainbows. It's not raining anymore. I'm not wearing a bow.
The viewers can't hear you if the mic's not near your mouth.
Yeah.
Whipped cream. I don't believe in whippings, and let's just say I'm not a fan of cream.
No.
I'm gonna Google compound. I'm gonna Google compound words real quick, just so this bit doesn't run out of steam.
Whipped cream? I never read the book Whipping Boy, and I don't like cream.
I'll tell you this. Cell phone. I'm not selling it. It's mine, and I don't call. I check Facebook. So, ding dong, the witch is dead. All right.
Wow.
So there went the steam.
I actually had something to say, and then you just. Oh, okay. We actually already picked the sketches that are gonna be at UCB. You want to know
really?
what they are? Yeah.
Yeah, lay it
We're
on me.
gonna go TGI Fridays.
Oh,
Yes!
that's a
We're gonna
that's a
do-
crowd
We're gonna
favorite.
do Zip McCool.
Oh,
Yes!
that's a Chris
and,
favorite.
And we're gonna add more kids in the classroom,
Yay!
kind of thing.
More. Oh, for Zip McCool.
Yeah, to
Word,
just
word,
to
word.
just to make sure everyone gets on stage, because everyone gets on stage for TGI, and also mixed signals is the third one.
Oh God.
Oh, that one's fun. I like that one.
That's a 10 minutes for the sketches. We timed it.
Oh, okay.
Estimates were 4 for TGI, 3 for Zip, 3 for mixed signals. And for mixed signals, we're gonna make it actually look like a party instead of just like the three discrete characters.
Right.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's one thing during the sketch show. It's like,
I mean,
we-
that's a limited limited casting problem with the sketch show.
yeah, I don't know if it's even a problem. I think it's just because like the way we like divvy up parts sometimes. I think it'll be
it's
fun
part,
to
well,
have
it's
more
part
people
that
for
and
stuff.
part like you don't want to get the stage super crowded.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have like a
Yeah,
a small
very
stage
limited
for
stage,
performance.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we had a bigger stage, it'd be way easier.
Yeah. Wait, for our next show, can we just do it at Madison Square Garden? I think that would solve a lot of our
Probably.
problems.
Like we might like. I think after we break out of UCB, get
Yeah.
really famous, drop out of school, we'll
Because this is how I rationalize it. If the Knicks can do it, we can do it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm already partway through dropping out of school. I'm almost graduating as a music tech.
Wow, is that graduate? Is dropping out graduating? Is graduating dropping
No,
out?
no, he's graduating as a music tech. So it's basically like,
Whoa! I hope Andy isn't listening,
or
or any other music tech.
I actually am a music tech, so I've been saying that joke for years.
Oh, well, do you not take pride in your degree?
Oh no, I do take.
really, Matt? You're just dropping the. Oh no, we can't joke about music techs being a lame major. Oh, I see. Off-air Matt is different than off-air Matt.
Some of my favorite friends are music techs. I gotta stand up for them.
That's a mistake, in my opinion.
Like I said, said it's hard to have like a lot of respect for my major when I can legitimately say I spent all of yesterday up from like 1 in the afternoon until 1 a.m. going through old cartoons to document what the Foley sound effects used in them are.
The what sound effects?
Foley sound effects.
What's a Foley sound effect?
That would be like when you have to have a sound for a certain action or something on screen, but you can't but you try to recreate it. So for example, like the coconuts or the horse trotting.
Gotcha.
Like that's one of the more famous Foley sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
But like I can legitimately say I spent all of yesterday going through old cartoons throughout like the history of animation, from like Flesher and Steamboat Willie all the way to like How to Train Your Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Like spot checking all that I could find and basically shouting at the top of my lungs about the fact that Walt Disney did not like footsteps. My roommates thought I was crazy.
You were like, that damn Disney, he's not doing footsteps.
It's one of those weird things because it's like in almost every film and short done throughout like Disney's lifetime, a footstep is never heard, and he doesn't use like a music cue to represent a footstep. There's nothing to represent it at all in all of those things, and apparently the studio kept doing that until like 81.
Whoa. We got a caller on the line.
Thank you, please take that away from me.
Yo, what's up, caller? Lay on the line. Who are you?
Hey Matt, it's Zach. Do we have any like red cider vinegar in our apartment?
Yeah, it should be like either right next to the big pot I use.
Whoa, is it Matt or Dave Estrada talking?
Wait. Did you look where I put the pretzel sticks? You know that?
Oh, like underneath?
Yeah. Check there.
Let me see.
It also could be in any one of the drawers that I used. I
see
don't.
it. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Yeah. No problem, man. What are you making?
I'm making kielbasa.
Oh, are you doing the recipe that you and me made that one time?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet, dude. I'm jealous.
Cool. I haven't been listening to this show. Alistair's on, right?
Yeah.
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 How you doing, Alistair?
Getting over a cold. I'm pretty much healed by now, so yay.
You sound like the rest of Steven.
Yeah. I got sick too. I know Zach and his control systems professor got sick.
Yeah, my animation professor actually got sick. He actually had to cancel this week.
Yeah, I actually all of my roommates have gotten sick and a lot of my friends, but I've just been kind of trucking along.
Yeah.
The secret is that I don't touch anyone ever.
That's a good secret.
Cool. I gotta get going.
All right, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, I wasn't listening to the show, but I'll listen to it later on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zach. Have a good meal, all right?
No, I'll try. All right.
Save me some
See you
leftovers.
guys. No.
Bye. Wow, you just got stone cold rejected.
Yeah, you know, I hope he was kidding because I feed that kid. Well, no, I politely like offer him some, like if I'm making a lot, I'm like, hey, you want some? He's like, yeah, sure. You know, because we're buds.
Yeah. You're like, I got 3 extra servings of this, and I was just going to throw it in the trash. But I'll give it to you.
I've got 3 extra servings of this. I have the amount of Tupperware space to store it, but I was just going to throw it out our 3-story window.
It's like, I made this whole lasagna just for the sole purpose of stomping on it, but I guess if you want to eat it, that's cool, too.
I was going to jump on it like a mattress.
What I was going to do is I was going to bake a lasagna, and I was going to put a wine glass on one end and jump around on the other and see if lasagna is as shock absorbent as a Tempur-Pedic mattress. But if you want to eat it, that's fine, too.
Start a new sleeping craze.
You say that as like something as a joke. Like I've tried actually
Stopping on lasagna with a wine glass.
Oh no, I was actually going to be talking about like actually making way too much and being like, okay, guys, for all my roommates, okay, guys, please eat some of this because I do not want to throw this out.
Yeah.
I had it like a few weeks ago. I made in a way to procrastinate working on 3 projects that were due the next day.
Oof.
I went and made chili.
Ooh.
And it was like a big tub of chili that I made. And there was no way I was going to eat all of it. And I was like, guys, you can eat this. They did not eat any of it.
That reminds me, one time, probably like a year or 2 ago, probably 2 years ago, actually, yeah. Me and my friends, we weren't hanging out. I got a text from my one friend. He just goes, Chris, do you want to come with us to a chili con carnival? And
That sounds like an episode of It's Always Sunny.
now let me be very clear. Any person who gets a text message that says, do you want to go to a chili con carnival? Anybody that doesn't immediately say yes to that is just not living life correctly. So I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, I'll pick you up. So about like, I don't know, half hour later, his mom comes to my house. His mom's driving. It's my friend, me, and then our other friend, me, Mike, and Kieran, in the back of his mom's minivan. We go to just some guy's house, and he's just like...
Just some guy.
Just some guy. And my friend's mom, Mike's mom, she was just like, yeah, this is like a little neighborhood thing where we all get together and like cook some chili. It was not a carnival. It was just some guy's pool party where like a bunch of people cook chili. But let me tell you, it was magical. They had like a go-kart, so we were like driving the go-kart around, or not a go-kart, a golf cart, and we were like driving it around and like eating chili. It was a pretty fun summer afternoon, in my opinion.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun summer afternoon.
Yeah, it would have been a lot more fun if we were like 5 years younger. But hey, age is just a number.
I mean, when you
how old
started
are you?
it with like the chili con carnival,
17.
And you didn't have fun at a chili con carnival?
No, that's what I'm saying. I had a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
We were the oldest. We were the oldest people there that weren't adults. Like it was like kids and like 9 and 10-year-olds, and then adults, and then
Yeah.
like us.
So it's like
So we were just like-
you were the awkward crowd.
So
We
it
were
was
like,
it was the little kids that were going around having like a giant play date.
Yeah, they were like playing in the pool and
Yeah.
stuff.
The adults who were making the chili,
Yeah.
and then you guys.
Us who were like the 3 of us huddled in like the corner of the lawn, just like, I'm gonna go get something to drink. Hey, you want a beer? No, just a Pepsi. That was the.
I'd like to think you were hunched over with your hands in front of you, like, yeah.
You
You kind of gave that impression with how you were doing that.
I feel like that's how every awkward 17-year-old talks. It's just like, hey, you guys want to jump in the pool? I don't have my bathing suit. maybe it's just me and my friends.
Hey, you guys want to do something you would have done like gleefully 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Ever got like the impression that like awkward 17-year-olds talk like that? I always got it that they talked like me.
Actually,
that's just because I don't like myself.
I think that's more of like an awkward like 12-year-old where it's like, hey Timmy, do you want to come with me to the supermarket? I feel like an awkward 17-year-old just be like, hey Timmy, you want to come with me to the supermarket? Oh, whatever, Dad. Like I don't even like groceries. They're like capitalist. I feel like that's what a 17-year-old would say.
I think you got like the tone better, but I'm pretty sure like that would be more of like third-year college student.
Third-year college student. I feel like third-year college students just like, yeah, no, like I actually don't even believe in supermarkets. I think that they're just a construct when you really think about it.
Well, that's specifically philosophy majors.
Yeah, I agree with you in the second point, but like at 17, like most people I knew were just like done with high school. Like they were just like just over the angst hump at that point. They were just
That's fair. That's fair.
just like, well,
No, you know what it was? It was like in high school. It was just like, no, whatever. Like my parents don't even like own me. But then like after high school, it was just like, oh, the suburbs are so boring. That's how everyone talked. It was like, hey, do you guys want to? No, I've done that every day since I was 5.
So somehow we transitioned from like apparently your Napoleon Dynamite impression to a Valley Girl impression.
We're banging out this formal system right now. You know, we got to get like the axiom set in stone. Like we're changing our minds as we prove things.
I'm sorry, what?
Aren't you taking discrete math right now?
No, I am. I actually had a test today.
How'd it go?
I like to think that it went well. What happened was it was just 4 mathematical induction proofs, and I think I got numbers 2, 3, and 4 correct. Number 1, I was like doing it, and it wasn't working out, so I kind of fudged the numbers a bit, so it did. Turns out I forgot like a simple step, and that's why. So hopefully the professor doesn't notice, and if he doesn't listen to this show.
Do any professors actually listen to WCPR?
I don't think Larry Russ listened to the show.
He's sitting there
that
right
we don't know, Alistair. We can't tell who's listening at all unless they tell us.
Wait, let me pull up. We're currently sitting at 275,000 listeners. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because
has any radio show ever pulled in that kind of number?
Yeah, Howard Stern gets like millions.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I'd also assume that like back in like the 80s and earlier, they probably got like higher, at least 10,000 like per show. At least.
Yeah.
I'm probably lowballing it for that one, but like,
Yeah. I guess it depends on what station and what time and all those variables.
yeah.
How did you tell like back then? I guess you couldn't tell how many people were listening. You were just talking to the radio.
No, I'm sure there was a way.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
I mean,
I don't know anything about old radio. I don't know.
I know that a lot of people listened to the Orson Welles broadcast of
War of the
Worlds because it managed to cause an entire city in New Jersey to go mad and think that aliens were invading.
Orson Welles was just like, and then the Martians are stepping out. I can see them now. And then all the people were like, oh my gosh, you can't lie on the radio. So let's react to this accordingly.
Oh no, my favorite fun fact about that, if you actually, because they have archived that recording, if you go, have you ever listened to it?
I probably have at some point, or parts of it at least.
It begins with an actual like, and welcome to the Mercury Science Theater. It starts off by basically saying, this is not real. A lot of people missed that part, and then they just got to where it starts with Orson Welles doing that, and Orson Welles, being the actor that he was very convincing.
Oh yeah.
So if you did not already know that it was a radio show, I guess that they felt it was convincing enough.
I googled War of the Worlds to try and find like a transcript of the book or whatever, and like the first result was like the radio thing Orson Welles did, so that's pretty funny.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the radio thing, because it did cause a panic, is kind of more famous at this point than the book.
Yeah. It's just like, and then they stepped out of the. Oh my gosh, they're coming! I'm dead. I don't know. I didn't listen to it. just kind of.
Yeah, Orson Welles actually had a stroke. During the
Orson
broadcast.
Welles was just like, what's the thing with the peas where he's just like, and the frozen peas, and what is it? You really want me to say this? This is a load of garbage. And like Orson Welles, he was like recording a commercial for frozen peas, and he has like a breakdown. I'm not making this up. I wouldn't lie about Orson Welles.
I would not. I believe you.
What color was his Orson Welles' eyes?
Listen. If you ask me any other person, I'd try and like confidently say an answer, but I will not lie about Orson Welles, so I don't know. I'm gonna Google that. I'm sure I can produce an answer.
All right, then how about this? Was it not Orson Welles that made Kermit the Frog famous?
Was it? I didn't know that.
I have no idea.
I thought it was Jim Henson.
I don't even know who.
Well, Jim
Kermit the Frog
Henson.
is.
Jim Henson created the Muppets.
Yeah.
In the Muppet movie, where they have a lot of like celebrity cameos of the time. At the end of the film, spoilers if you haven't seen this film from like '79. At the end of the film, Orson Welles has a cameo as the film producer that Kermit and all his friends have been spending the whole film trying to get to. And he actually says the line, "Get Mr. Frog our standard rich and famous contracts."
I'm just gonna stop for a minute. Matt, did you say you didn't know who Kermit the Frog was? You kind of said that quickly. I don't want to glance over that. Do you not know an American icon like Kermit the Frog?
No, I don't know. I do know who Kermit the Frog. I was just.
So you lie about Muppets on the radio?
Yeah.
Wow.
There was an elephant Muppet.
There was an elephant. Are you talking about Gonzo?
No, there actually.
I'm lying about Muppets on the air.
No, there actually wasn't a.
What the god?
I mean, if you're going to count Sesame Street in with the Muppets, which legally people don't anymore.
They don't? I thought Sesame Streets were totally Muppets.
They were, but because Disney bought the Muppets, but they don't own Sesame Street.
Because Sesame Street's like public broadcast.
Public broadcast /
PBS.
It is now PBS / it is now going to be co-produced by HBO for the next few years.
HBO's doing Sesame Street?
They're putting in money to co-produce it, which part of that deal that I saw was actually that there's that for the next 5 years, I think. They're going to air the episodes first on HBO, and then
I'd like to see like the HBO gritty rated R where it's like, all right, Elmo, for this next scene, I'm gonna need you and Big Bird to get real close. And Elmo's like, what do you mean? And the producer's like, kid, you want to make it in show business? You're gonna have to count to the number 70. And Elmo's like, why the number 70? He's like, you'll see, the people will love it.
If it not for the
Dark
fact
Muppets,
that
everybody.
if not for the fact that I don't like Elmo, I would be like, wow, that got dark really fast. But I don't like Elmo, so
I'm
that's fine.
pretty sure there's like a video on YouTube that's like a gritty remake of Sesame Street.
I'm 100% certain
I bet
that
it's
like 3 of those
It's like,
exist.
it's like a crime detective show, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, I see multiple stab wounds on the victim. I'm gonna have to. It's like there are multiple stab wounds on the victim. How many? 1 stab wound.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, you say that for that, but I will also point out, Fraggle Rock actually it was produced for HBO.
Huh.
Like HBO has done children's programming in the past.
I guess so. I'm like imagining Big Bird in like a straight jacket, and he's just like, "No, I'm telling you, Snuffleupagus is real, right? Right? You guys see him too." I think Snuffleupagus was Big Bird's imaginary friend, and then at one point they were like, "Nah, that's lame."
Yeah, they just thought
And
it wasn't that it was lame, but they thought that it was too sad and so they actually made him real and gave him a family.
Yeah.
So that because they thought that Big Bird being the only one to see him, but trying to convince everyone else that he did was too sad for kids.
Yeah, that is a pretty interesting.
Can
That's like they were trying to get it. They were trying to get a gritty, real Sesame Street on the air, and they got brought down by.
Can Grover be an ex-cop who's left the force, but he knows he's got one big job left in him?
And he tries to become a vigilante that always falls off of the building.
Grover's just like, oh, I don't know what Grover's voice sounds like anymore. Grover's just like, I'm not letting him get away. And Grover like hobbles on over with his arms flailing.
I keep on wanting to say
Who's
like
the one that lives in the trash can?
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, Oscar's like an actual junkie.
Oscar's just like, I'm telling you, these These Wall Street capitalists. I used to have it all. I used to live in a penthouse suite, and look at me. Now I live in the trash. It's like a gritty. It's like directed by Michael Moore. I don't know.
Oh, it actually just made me think of the Chappelle sketch where they're talking about STDs with kids, and it's like Sesame Street. Like all the STDs have like puppets and stuff.
It's pretty crazy if you ask me.
It's hilarious. There's like a song for the clap.
Because of course there is.
There you go.
But they're like, you don't need to do like a grim and gritty like version of Sesame Street. Comedians and people that just want attention on YouTube have been doing that for years.
Yo, is Sesame Street on Netflix?
I think that there are like
Yo, Sesame Street's on Netflix. I just checked.
there's some collections on there.
Yo, we've got Numbers and Letters from 2013.
Netflix and Child.
We've got Music and Dance. We've got Cookie and Friends. Oh, Sesame Street Classics. 2012. 2012 was not classic Sesame Street Netflix.
Well, maybe that's when they compiled it.
Yeah. No, these are pretty classic. I can tell because one of the featured guests is Bill Cosby. So.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you can tell it's an old one.
There were gritty Sesame Streets back in the day.
Bill Cosby's just like, come on, Elmo, why don't we come back to my place? Don't tell your parents.
Well, Cookie Monster got a special cookie for you.
Cookie Monster's just like, I'll eat anything.
You
Bill.
know, you say
wait.
Yeah, you're giving all this stuff.
Can Bill Cosby just be like, he's just like in a room with Big Bird, and he's just like, Big Bird, who do you think killed Mr. Hooper? Big Bird's like, what? Bill Cosby's just like, Mr. Hooper didn't die on his own. He just started talking.
Oh my God.
And I don't like that. Not one
So,
bite.
once again, this has gotten really dark really fast. But
This is the edgiest episode of Off Air we've done.
and when as you were saying that, and you were bringing up the thing with Elmo, I would just say, if you want more if you want to see something that's also screwed up, just look up one of the puppeteers for Elmo. Just look that up. I am not going to talk about it right now because we've already been like way too dark on here.
What's it called? The one episode I've ever watched of SNL.
You've only watched one episode? Oh, like full episode, you mean?
Yeah, full episode.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. No. It was on YouTube. Like their 40th or 50th anniversary
Well, they've
Jeopardy
been on for
one.
40 years. So
For their 40th anniversary Jeopardy episode, where like they just have all the celebrities on Jeopardy at once.
Uh-huh.
And like they have like a bonus question with Bill Cosby. They're like, oh no, wait, take that off. We filmed that in June.
I feel like a lot of the things we've touched upon this episode
Oh,
are...
are you looking for the sketch too that Dave just said to look at?
Yeah, Dave Estrada just texted us. He said, I wrote look at what I did, and I'm looking at it, but I'm not seeing it.
What's
I'm just going to refer. Anyway, so...
Oh yeah, he didn't tell us the name of the sketch.
Bert and Ernie, they weren't gay, right? That's like not a thing, right?
I thought they were confirmed.
No, it's like they wouldn't be. They're best friends.
I never heard
They
that
friend
it was
zone each
confirmed.
other from the beginning, Matt.
They were always like best friends. People always like read into that, and I don't know if they ever confirmed
No,
it.
they wouldn't. And I feel like that's one of those things that like edgy 14-year-olds would be like, no, Bert and Ernie were totally gay.
Oh yeah, that is a totally
like-
an edgy 14-year-old.
Like, no,
thing.
they're just friends. They're like roommates. It's just like, no, think about it. Rubber ducky, that's code for something. It's like, oh, Dave wrote HBO presents Sesame Street.
They don't even need like to be edgy to do stuff like that. I remember a kid in my high school who was like, okay, so Nick, the main character in Grand Gatsby, he's like totally gay, and I'm like,
Well, I mean, you
where
can
are
read.
you even drawing that from?
It's like, think about it.
Well, actually, that one actually can make sense because it is basic. It is a novel that's basically about him following this guy called Gatsby that he constantly refers to as great, and it almost seems like he's the only one that actually cares about this guy enough to actually tell his story. So there is subtext in there. You can actually read it for that one.
Oh God, here look, Ryan's calling in right now.
Oh God.
The name of the guy.
Oh. Yo, what's up, caller?
Okay, I really like The Great Gatsby, so I have a lot to say about this.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Yay!
All right, Dave, lay it on
Yeah,
us.
lay it on us, Dave.
Okay, so I've like investigated and like read thoroughly about like the Nick Carraway being gay for Gatsby, like fan theory,
Uh-huh.
and it's the biggest flaw with that theory is like it pretends that the book The Great Gatsby isn't actually written by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Like the entire thing is just based on like look at how he describes Gatsby, and it's like, well, yeah, because it's a fictional book written by a real person, so he has to describe what his fictional characters look like.
But it's through a framing device through a fictional character.
I can settle this whole debate right now. When he was writing it, I said I said Grandpa F. Scott. I said Grandpa F. Scott Fitzgerald. Lay it on me. Me and my friends in 11th grade of high school, we want to know, Grandpa F. Scott, is the main character of this book Nick Carraway? Is he gay? And he said, first of all, I'm not alive or your grandfather, so let's get that out of the way. Second of all, I don't consider Nick Carraway the main character. I consider Gatsby the main character. And I said, oh, God, you're one of those. Listen, is the narrator of the story Nick Carraway gay? And he said, no. And I think that's all the proof I need.
Well,
The sketch is a shot-for-shot remake of the original trailer for The Wire, but with Sesame Street characters.
oh, did you finally read it? Yeah, I just watched the original trailer for The Wire, and it's such an easy thing that we can do.
Well, how are we going to get the Muppets for that?
I can-
The Sesame Street characters.
We don't even have to like. First of all, we can just get like a Tickle Me Elmo or something. Also, like if we really wanted to, like we could just put a lot of makeup on ourselves and like make ourselves be human versions of like the Sesame Street characters, which would be even better.
Yeah, I think that'd be way funnier.
Oh, yeah, that would
If
work
it was
better.
like actual people just like investigating crime scenes.
Oh,
and, like,
man. I think, is there like, on The Wire, is there an ex-cop who's got a lot to lose? Because that has to be Grover.
No, there's a current cop that has nothing to lose actually.
Oh, that's more like, that's Snuffleupagus territory.
Well, I feel like after we get to the bottom of the barrel, scrape it, we'll open up the barrel with the secret compartment, reach in, and pull this sketch idea out to make the video.
Can we do
And then
like-
you can also take out the two sketches I wrote that I am proud of that you said you will never perform.
Oh, yeah, no, those are in the fiery pits of the underworld. We have to
Matt.
reach far into the barrel. What?
As Keeping the Scrolls of Off Center, we are doing this DP. Like this is happening.
All right, well, Dave says it's
You have
happening.
to
It's happening.
advertise the UCB show first. You have to do your job first before you get to dictate that.
Check Facebook then.
All right. Thanks for calling, Dave.
Dave, you know I
Yeah,
love you, right?
But before you hang up, I have two things to say.
Okay.
Nick Carraway he's most definitely not gay because he's not a real character.
He's not real. Therefore, we can't prescribe real life things onto something that's fake, Dave Estrada.
I mean, like he's like I don't know. Like I said, like the whole thing is like based on like he talks so much about Gatsby. It's like yeah, because the book is The Great Gatsby. Like you're an idiot.
He was great. Honestly, I'd be surprised if he didn't describe him.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
no, there's also more
I
to
wasn't
it.
actually saying that he was. I was saying that there was subtext in the book that supported people reading it as
Is this
it.
just book club now? I thought the yellow car really symbolized the struggle of the American people.
Actually, the yellow car represented the.
What's it, Dave?
Wait, Dave, Chris, how do you feel about this person who I know is from Staten Island saying they are from New York, New York on their Facebook?
Fuck that guy.
Thanks, Dave.
Dave, you really know how to tickle our fancies, sway us away with your magic wand. I'm gonna cut you off now, Dave.
Please do, because you didn't press the button in time. I just heard it.
All right, I'm gonna drop that call.
Yeah.
You didn't press the button in time?
No, well, cause you know what I mean.
There's a 5-second delay.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's annoying.
what is the deal with airline food? I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just
hoping
throwing
that
that out
they
there.
couldn't hear it in Pierce because it's...
I'm just throwing that out there. That airline food isn't good.
What?
It's like, have you ever had it?
I have that. It's not good.
I haven't, and I don't think it's good from what I hear.
It's not.
So here's a little story. Before we were doing that thing where it's like this presumably straight character is gay. When we were like talking about that, I was gonna name a gay character in literature and then be like, yo, what if they were straight? There's like no gay characters in literature. I've got the only one here that I would consider one that I recognize is Dumbledore, and I haven't even read. Also, Brokeback Mountain. I know that's like a gay movie, but like I don't know any of these other books. Affinity. If anyone in this crowd has read Affinity, you email me and say that because I'm confident. Well, okay, Maurice. First of all, Maurice isn't the name of a book. Maurice is the name of a person.
It can be also the name of a book. You can name books after people.
Well, you got me there.
Got him.
The Vampire Chronicles?
Oh,
Whoa.
Oh yeah, that counts. Yeah, that definitely counts.
The Vampire Chronicles. So it has like the year next to it, and for Vampire Chronicles, it says 1976 to 24.
It's a series. It's a series of gothic novels.
Mm-hmm.
And they're following a vampire called Lestat. And yeah, it is very gay.
Wait, I'm like,
my sibling actually over the summer he watched Interview with a Vampire, which is an adaptation of the first book in that. And he called it the gayest thing he had ever seen.
Wait, is Interview with a Vampire? Is that the one where
Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise?
Oh no, what's the one where it's the kid from Stuart Little, Jonathan Litnicki, where he's like a vampire? I'm
Little Nicky.
I'm googling that.
Little Nicky.
You guys are.
No, wait, no, that's not Little
Nicky. Can we talk
Nicky.
about video games?
Stuart Little. Okay, so the actor's name is Jonathan Lipnicki, and he was in The Little Vampire.
Little Vampire.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, these movies used to play on the Disney Channel all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you guys going to see Arcadia at all?
Oh, let's talk about something Stevens related instead of rambling about movies for a bit. Yeah, I'm probably gonna see it. I think it.
A lot of my friends are in it.
That's
like,
cool.
A lot of people I know are in it. And by a lot, I mean relatively a lot because, the cast's not that big.
How many people are in the cast?
That number, I don't know, but
It's about the size of a general SDS
but
play.
of the people I know, that's 10. So maybe they're like 20.
Whoa. I'd assume that... Okay, that's larger than I'd assume, because
There were like 20 people in Guys and Dolls.
That was a musical, though.
The last
musicals
fall
have
show?
musicals tend to have a larger cast than the plays.
yeah.
I can tell you the last fall show exactly how many cast members there were.
13.
13. Because there were 12 angry men and then a security guard, giving us a grand total of 13 actors. So that's an easy one to remember.
QED.
Yeah, QED. I just proved theater. I'm grasping at straws here. Somebody else talk.
So like I said, I played Fallout 4, and I don't know. Have you guys played the other Fallout games?
Never.
Nope, not once.
Really? Oh, so that was your roommate's Fallout 3 that you sent a picture
Oh,
of?
so I'm a jokester, and yesterday was the big Fallout 4 release date. So I took my roommate's copy of Fallout 3, and I was like, "Yo, so happy to be playing this." But it's one behind the newest one. It's a little two.
There's also New Vegas.
Oh, is that like 3.5?
Yeah, I think
Is that like
so.
Lion King 1.5?
No, it's a completely different game. Like, it has nothing to do with Fallout 3. It was also produced by an entirely different studio.
Really?
Yeah.
Are any of the Fallout, are they like related in any way or no?
They all have the same theme and I
Same
think
theme and
similar
universe.
setting.
Same theme, universe.
Similar settings.
No. 3 is in D.C., Washington, D.C., that area. There's new ones in, like, the Boston area. New Vegas was in the desert.
Vegas.
And 1 and 2 were also in that deserty area, that part of
Right.
that part of the U.S. where Vegas is. Like, you never go to Vegas. Like, they're in different parts. I forget.
Yeah.
I think it's like Arizona, maybe. Not sure.
Las Vegas is in Nevada.
Yeah. I know. I knew that. But 1 and 2 are not in Nevada. Fallout Boy.
I'm just curious. At what point in this game series do they start singing?
Did you look up their discography?
At what point do they start singing "Dance Dance"? That's the theme song for the series.
That's
right?
too recent for that series, I think.
What about
Like, all I know about it is that they base it off of like 50s nuclear scare.
what about the classic Fallout New Vegas hit, Uma Thurman?
Okay, now you're just really grasping at straws.
You know, Chris did this to me the other day.
I did.
Yeah, when we were with
Oh,
Kevin.
I did do this the other day.
You keep this isn't new. So we were just standing outside, walking with our friend Kevin, and Kevin and I listened to some of the same music. So he's like, "Wow, Matt, you're in a red rubber ball of a situation." I'm like, "Kevin, what does that even mean?" And then Chris pulls out his phone and starts looking up Streetlight Manifesto song titles, and he's like, Matt, I can count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And things like that.
You're telling the story a little wrong, and the truth is somewhere in between.
Somewhere in the between.
Somewhere in the between of the two of our stories. But honestly, my foot's asleep. Ever since we started the show, everything went numb. So, just.
Does that include
also used
the brain?
You could have also used 1 foot in the gas, 1 foot in the grave.
Listen, guys, this has been a great show because it's just the three of us right now, and like I think that's really nice. Any Streetlight Manifesto fans are probably going crazy right now.
They're like, they said the song names.
They're like, he's doing it. He's really doing it.
I've actually never been able to get into them.
They were like, everybody listening right now,
Yeah, they're
would you be impressed if I kept going?
the problem like with Streetlight Manifesto is like they're a real New Jersey band.
Yeah.
And they're not super popular, but when you meet someone who is into them, they're really into them.
That's kind of the impression I've gotten. Like, more my problem is just not so much a ska person. So like, I don't hate their music.
Yeah.
They're good at what they do. What they do just doesn't interest me.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very different from a lot of like the ska music that I can find really.
Right.
Like a lot of ska music, like the brass parts are very similar.
Yeah.
But Streetlight's like their parts with like all the instruments are like really different, like really well written.
Right.
I feel like I'll agree with that point, but I think that the guitaring, like the energy that they bring to the table it's definitely got a different feel to than a lot of other ska bands I've listened to lately. I think that the type of style they bring is just so unique, and that's one of the big reasons I love them so much.
You only knew to say that because your friends have said that.
No, I'm just saying, like, out of all of my ska bands I listen to, I think Streetlight, what they do is
You've listened to your friends have this conversation.
They just
without
bring
input
in
before, haven't you?
It's just the way it
You
works.
can tell, can't you?
Is that there's a lot
This
of
is
like
from memory.
there's a lot of like they have a lot of like spirit and energy within them that I think a lot of people can really respond to and relate to, and they really connect with their audience, which is something I really like about them.
Wow, Chris Fitzgerald, it's almost like you are a typical member of WCPR.
No, I'm just saying that like a lot of
Whoa,
other
Alice,
bands.
you're gonna hit the red button for that one. We don't get get our show pulled.
I am a member of WCPR, though.
The guests' opinions do not reflect that of off-air. Off-air does not endorse, nor will it ever promote the opinions and everything said by its guests.
Also, this guest is also a member of Off Center. He has a radio show every Monday at 5 p.m.
Turn the mics off, Alistair.
Okay.
Alistair, Alistair,
we're gonna
how much you paying us for that advertisement?
Let me
The mics are off, right, Chris?
Yeah, no, they're off.
I have $2.
Okay.
It's just dead air right now.
Yeah.
That's the name of my show.
No, yeah, but you named your show Dead Air because that's what happens when like something with your lungs, right? When you die.
No, that's when there's nothing broadcasting on the radio.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite maps in Left 4 Dead.
My favorite was Nuketown because of the double rainbow. Yep.
That was Call of Duty.
What did you say?
Left 4 Dead.
Oh. Woo! Running on empty here, people.
That's our new show. Fridays at 1 a.m.
No, it's just listen. Can you name a band for me? Like a band you're really into.
Stone Temple Pilots.
I see. The thing I really like about Stone Temple Pilots is it's just when they get on stage. Have you seen them live?
I actually have.
Yeah. One thing I really like. I've seen them live
Scott
too.
Weiland?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, right. They got back together for a little bit.
Yeah, I saw them right when they were releasing that fourth album.
Ah.
Not the fourth album. The
red one.
Yeah, the one with the hand.
Hickory Dichotomy.
I think that's what it's
I
called.
think their fourth album really showed a nice progression of like their
It
career
did
as
it.
musicians.
It did it. It was awful. Shut up.
Well,
You don't know
no,
what you're talking about.
you might be thinking of different albums because for me, I think that when they perform live, they really just bring a certain energy and like uniqueness to the stage that I feel like a lot of people can like respond to and like relate with.
It's not even like you didn't even listen to your friends. It's just your canned response.
I think that the energy they have is so different and unique from like a lot of other bands in that genre.
They do not have unique energy. I saw them live. They have energy, so they were entertaining, but they were not unique energy.
Well, I think that's what's so interesting about seeing them live. It just gives you a whole different feel to the kind of music that they're willing to like put out there for their fans.
It's largely like the same type of music.
You're having way more fun saying that than I am listening to it a second time. I think you're having more fun watching me listen to you. The fun levels are not evenly distributed.
Name another band.
No.
The Mountain Goats.
God.
Mountain Goats. I feel like the way that they climb up the mountains and they eat grass off of the things. I think they have a lot of leg strength. That's how the mountain goats themselves can propel themselves
Yeah.
up a mountain. They're
Yeah,
one
the
of my
mountain-
favorite animals, and they bring a lot of unique
Energy
to the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the folk group, the Mountain Goats, that I was actually referring to?
They're trash.
Oh God, you have
Actually,
my
I'm
mom's opinion of that.
I've never listened to them. What kind of music do they do?
It's folk.
Well, it's
Folk can be fun.
well, it's it was originally like lo-fi because it was literally the one guy on recording himself and acoustic guitar on a really crappy lo-fi boombox, and then he started actually
What's a lo-fi? Is it just like a bad boombox?
yeah, like low quality, just for like recording it that way, and then he got a band together and actually started recording like in a studio.
Oh, that's a nice.
But
step
it
up.
like it's largely like very simple music and very he's very weird lyrics, like not so much weird like Mars Volta weird, where those are borderline incomprehensible to a normal person, but like
Chris, you know who Mars Volta is?
Yeah, he's one of my favorites actually.
And I'm the liar.
I don't think I've ever lied once in my entire life. So, if you could provide proof, you're more than welcome to. But I don't think you can. So,
Name one Mars Volta song.
just one. Oh gosh. Oh man. You see, the thing with
No,
most
in the next 2 seconds.
No, wait, the internet's not that fast.
QED.
I mean I could name Mars Volta songs because I like Mars Volta. The Widow, La Via La Visquez.
Yeah, La Via La Visquez. That's probably my favorite.
That was,
if I had to pick
that
one.
was on the tip of my Laviscus.
Acupuncture. I forgot how that's pronounced.
Yeah, me too. It's I think it's Portuguese.
Matt, are you lying right now? I can kind of tell by your.
It's more like Spanish, I think. Well, no, it's more like they put together two words randomly combined them. So it's like
portmanteau of sorts.
yeah, but it's something between like acupuncture and amputate.
Amphitheater.
Not amphitheater, because
amphitheater.
amphitheater is a somewhat normal word.
Amphitheater. I don't see any amplifiers, and we're not in a theater, so.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go for amphitheater.
Oh God, he went back to that character.
I still have the compound words open.
I thought you were gonna.
Oh God.
I thought you were going for amphitheater. I hardly know her. Any hardcore Off Center fan will know.
Skyscraper. They're buildings, so they're not in the sky, and
Oh God.
I wore knee pads, so I didn't scrape myself. So checkmate.
Is the sky relative?
Slapstick. I hardly know her.
Think about it. Think about it. What's a sky for the building? Like if the building was an entity, where?
I think
It's in the
well,
sky.
that's the thing. Like sky is just where ground stops. So wherever ground is, just go one above that, and that's sky, right?
N+1 above it.
Yeah, I did a test on that today, actually. N+1, more like N plus fun.
How you like Russ?
Whoa, I had a friend in high school named Russell Brown, and we called him Russ. So for a minute, I thought you were talking about my friend from high school, Russ. And I was just gonna be like, no.
You're a friend from high school
like,
that he might not have met.
I'm like, hey, Chris, do you like Russ, who I remember from high school as well? Because I'm also from Pearl River, New York.
So funny story. I don't think I've ever corrected you. I don't live in Pearl River, New York. That's the town next to me.
Oh.
No, because when I told you I was interviewing for a company that's in Pearl River, you're like, I live there.
I live close. It's literally the next town over. Because I work in Pearl River. I have a lot of family in Pearl River. And when I take the train to get home, the train drops me in Pearl River.
What is the name of the town you live in?
West Nyack.
West Nyack. Okay.
Yeah. But Pearl River's like, and not walking distance, but driving like a 5-minute drive.
Okay,
Yeah.
the name West Nyack sounds so familiar, like I've heard it before.
Wait. So this is
Not in conversation with him, though.
Bill Nyack.
Bill Nyack. So you've got the town of Nyack, right? And that's a town. Then you've got Upper Nyack, which is north of Nyack. You've got Lower Nyack, which is south of Nyack.
Is Nyack east of West Nyack?
You've got West Nyack, which is west of Nyack, but there's no East Nyack. Can any of you solve my riddle? Why is there no East Nyack?
Nyack is in the
River.
east.
Because east of Nyack is the Hudson River. There's no town on the Hudson River, you silly gooses.
Yet.
You,
Sure showed you guys.
yeah. Looks like you won the ring.
The ring.
Yeah, the one ring.
The one ring to rule them all?
Yeah, do you remember that scene?
From Lord of said
No,
Rings?
The Hobbit.
Oh, I didn't... Hobbit, what am I...
Well, Bilbo Baggins doesn't get eaten by Gollum because he plays riddles.
Oh yeah, it's
Bilbo's bagging. Just pull your pants up so they're not... Oh, that's sagging. Bilbo's sagging. Just pull your pants up.
Well, it looks like we're suddenly out of time.
Yeah. Well, it was a good show this week, folks.
We got through a lot of ground, and it seems like
Honestly,
my very presence has managed to bring up the darkest moments of this show so far.
If you're listening to the show and you're like, wow, I feel like that was a waste of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 44 seconds, rest assured, I figured out Sesame Street's on Netflix, so I gained something from this, and you did too, because you know that information now also.
And you know what? We're all an hour and 12 minutes exactly when I said that statement.
Funny thing, I'm gonna...
Smarter.
Yeah, no, I like to think so too.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like when you sit down and have a discussion, like that's always a little bit worthwhile. Like not when you like sit down at like 12 a.m. and are just like with your friend. I mean, like when you sit down and just talk about things, because you know what, really makes you question what's around you when you have a chance to just sit down and observe it.
Right.
the more you know.
I encourage you all the wonderful viewers.
I just want to take a moment to talk to the listeners out there. I just want to say, at any moment, any chance, any opportunity you have to talk to a loved one, take it. I'm sure they'll enjoy it, and you just might learn something.
Did you watch Bob Ross when he was?
That's like what I was emulating.
Yeah. That's how I was feeling.
Yeah,
happy little clown.
not this Sunday that just happened. The one before that, I think. It was a Sunday when Bob Ross was streaming. I watched it for 2 hours.
Like on TV or on Twitch?
On Twitch.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Bob Ross when I was younger.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know if it was
dead
on
by then.
Well, he was dead before he was dead. He died in 96
Yeah.
or 95. Maybe even before that.
No, he was dead before we were born.
He was definitely dead before we were born. I don't know how much longer. Some point in the 90s. But I'm sure they still aired the show
Maybe.
posthumously.
Posthumously,
Thank you.
Post Ross Umisly.
Post no bail. How does it? Post no bills. All right, thank you everybody.
BCE.
Let's thank our guest, Alistair, for coming on this
Alistair.
week.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Did you have a good time chatting with us?
Oh yeah,
Chit
yeah,
chat.
really good time. Really good time. Don't really feel like I got any bits in, but hey, I managed to somehow make you two darker than usual. So
Yeah, you pulled the dark Sesame Street bit out of us, so that's a win in your book.
We got pretty tan.
I was hoping you would not go for that one.
I was. Well, I don't know. You don't need to shoot for bits, Alistair. You're a funny guy just to, by the by. You don't need to try. You know what I mean? Got to rhyme.
Don't quit your day job, kid. All right, well, thanks.
What'd you just say to me?
Come here.
Hey, don't hit yourself, man. You're better than that.
Sorry, I can't, I didn't want to hurt you, so I had to stop myself. And that's it off air, everybody. Alistair, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for coming. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Off Air, Off Center's radio show here on WCPR.
And as always, my good friend Chris Fitzgerald joined us.
And my friend, my good friend, Matt Colazzo joined us.
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to talk about this game when you turn off the mics. Do it. Just turn off the mics.
I don't want to, because now we're going to have a moment. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.